This is about branding yourselves as golf realty specialists. We've had so many years in real estate that have been difficult. And this is an opportunity to really feel good about what you do again. When this baby takes off, believe me, everybody else is going to say, I wish I would have thought of that. You know, and so you're going to be part of something super, and we're so excited that the Southwest section of PGA decided to say yes.
Thanks. We're trying to get Jane to come out of her shell, and so that's my goal, is to get her to do that. So far, so good. I appreciate being here tonight, and I'm very excited about seeing a room full of so many enthusiastic people. I just want to talk briefly about who's the Southwest Section PGA and why is this a good idea. Someone told me that somehow in realty, relationships are important. I don't know. That's why I'm a golf pro, and you guys are realtors. I never figured that out. But really what we bring, I think, is really the relationship piece. And who is the relationship going to be with? Our association is not the guys on TV, although I love the guys on TV. I wish I could be one. Not the guys on TV playing golf. We're the club pros. We're an association of club professionals. So we work at the place that usually is headquartered right around where they build a lot of nice houses. I don't know if you guys noticed that yet or not, but there's a lot of properties in those areas. And it's always been interesting to me because people will come into the golf shop. Every golf course I've ever worked at, it's like, what's the golf course like? What are the houses like around here? And how important it is, I think, for a realtor to understand the golf business a little bit to be able to talk to that customer. I know many, many people that have come to the golf course, they'll come to the state and find what golf course do I want to play, and then I'll buy my house. That's really how they do it. They kind of do it in that order. And so being golf savvy, I think, is going to be pretty important. But what we bring is in Arizona and Park County, Nevada, we have about 1,000 members. I'm not going to say they'll all be enthusiastic about working with you because a lot of them work at the club and may have a relationship with a realtor already. But if not, this is a chance to knock on the door and develop some of those relationships. So that's step one. I think step two, and I want to make a couple quick introductions here. We have a marketing person here from the Southwest section, Vito Berlingeri. So with a name like Vito, he is in charge of collections too, so I'll make sure we take care of that. I also want to make a brief introduction to Mike Bergman. Mike is here. Mike is our internet coordinator. And what we have is, in the Southwest section, we have a website where you can book tee times and play golf. And I think on that website right now we probably have 80 or 90 golf courses. And kind of the thought is what we want to have a website for, one is to book tee times, and that generates some traffic there. But in addition, we want to promote our PGA professionals, and in addition, we're interested in promoting properties that are around that golf course. We have, I think last year, again, we're pretty small. I think we had 175,000 hits and 60,000 unique visitors, so pretty small. But we know that as we look at where that traffic comes from, it comes a lot from Canada, a lot from the Pacific Northwest, a lot from California, a lot from Illinois, the typical feeder states, and we think it just makes so much sense to us. It's snowing in Chicago. I think it's done that there before. And they wish they were in Arizona, and they're looking at some golf courses here, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to play Starfire, and right there is, hey, here's the feature house of the month. Huh. I might go ahead and spend a little time and look at the feature house of the month. And it's just interesting. We think that's a great connection. That's really the genesis of this whole project, I think, is that mental connection with that. So anyway, that's what we have to offer. I have one other person I want to introduce tonight. We're going to let Mike go because he's expecting a baby. It's coming Saturday night at 8:30. That's my guest, so we're going to send him home. But I want to make a quick introduction here. Don Ray is going to be the president of our association in about 2 years. And he has a club in East Mesa, Augusta Ranch Golf Club, and they sell homes around that golf course. I'm going to have him talk a little bit about his perception of this project and his thoughts. So appreciate you all being here. Here's Don Ray.
Now, obviously, as an owner of a golf course in this economy, I work behind the counter a lot. I wish, some of my guys were like, hey, what happens when the economy goes bad? I go, I just work more. I would love to play golf every day. That would be awesome. But when the economy's tough, I just got to work shifts. And I can tell you what, in the last 4 months, right, and I'm $25, $44 during peak. A lot of Canadians, obviously Midwesterners, all those feeder states that Kurt talked about. They're all saying the same thing. Who do you know, man? I'm thinking about moving in the area. I'm renting a house now. I'd like to move in. So there is no doubt in my mind. If you guys don't know it, I'm telling you, I'm talking to your customers. I'm a one-man focus group right now. They are chomping at the bit for doing stuff. There's no doubt in my mind. Everybody behind the counter, we all talk about it all the time. The Canadians, they're like all talking now instead of coming down seasonally. What can I do to come down here full term? Who should I talk to? I just want that customer to be happy. Now tell me what, if he buys a home next to my golf course, he's going to play Augusta Ranch. And it's not about 20 bucks a round, right? It's about the lifetime value of that customer. And if he buys a home there, he's going to be a lifetime customer of Augusta Ranch. And I'll tell you what, you sell the house, and I put something, a little home gift, maybe a round of golf or breakfast, or maybe a discount on an annual pass for that year. That's great for me. That's great for you, and it just builds a relationship with you and your client at that time. So overall, when I look at it as the secretary of the Southwest section right now, I look at it as a golf course owner right now, I look at it as somebody who's working behind the counter. Putting this all together, Jane, is brilliant. Because what you need sometimes is a colluding force. And we believe as a PGA, we can be a colluding force to prop up golf, whether it's the junior programs or whatever we do. And with this avenue too, I think it just gets people going. And believe me, we need a good economic impact study the next time we pull it around. And there's a lot of people buying homes that are on golf courses. Property taxes are elevated. These are good things. And these are things that we can tell the story about golf. That helps out the state. I think it helps out everybody.
So what would you advise us to do? Just, how should we introduce ourselves? What will those pros say? We want to be accepted, obviously, as their GRN member agent. Do we give them our cards? What do you recommend?
Well, I definitely, it's not, Kurt will do a great job, Vito will do a great job of informing our membership of who the GRN is. And I think a lot of them know already. Let me tell you right now, the Tee Time Store, it's a big important part of our section. We want to take care of our members, and the Tee Time Store is vital, and you guys participating in that, it gives you a leg up. I can tell you, I get approached by salespeople all the time, and you never know. I can't vet every single person. By being involved in this program, you've vetted yourself into that now. I'm like, well, if the PGA said they're okay, that's good. So that's the first step. Just by saying, hey, I'm part of the Golf Realty Network, and I just want to introduce myself. Other than that, yeah, you could simply walk in, but I will tell you, a lot of golf pros get hit with that all the time. Salesman wants 5 minutes of your time, turns into 30 minutes. Next thing I'm late for dinner, my wife wonders where I've been. And I think calling, there's easily gets the contact list from the section. It'll have the decision maker at each facility on that list.
Call them Vito.
Yeah, Vito.
What also is going to happen is we have 2 meetings a year, our annual meeting and our semi-annual. Our annual meeting, Jane and Al will be at, and we'll have a couple of minutes to address our membership to say, and we'll make the introductions, here's our partner in the real estate market. And then from there, we'll probably have about, I would say close to about 500 people this year. That's the way in to meet our membership. And again, through email blast that Kurt and I will get out, through a phone call. That's what we're here for. We're here to grow this network. We're going to help you.
You're going to have to use your side of the brain of marketing, because golf pros are terrible at it. We are terrible marketers. If you bring us ideas most of the time, especially if it doesn't cost any money, we're like, whatever, man. I just want to look good so I don't lose my job. And that's serious. I'm not even joking. I'm the chairman of the employment meeting, so unfortunately, I get an email when somebody loses their job. If you can give a guy a way to not lose his job because he ends up building a relationship with you, which ends up helping the club, man, he's dialed in. It's strong for him. This is good, and this is exactly what I'm going to say at the annual meeting. It's what I'm going to say at the semi-annual meeting. And as long as I got a chair as an officer, which is for the next 4 years, I'm going to be pushing things like this because, like I said, it's about you guys, but ultimately, to me, it's about the growth of the game in the state of Arizona. Tough time. I'm telling you, you guys and us together, we can give you the context. I'm excited about this, really. When I found out about it, I'm like, this is perfect. Because it's, once again, only 10% of the population plays golf, but a lot of people want to live on the golf course. And you're going to bring some people that I'm going to turn into golfers. Maybe we can push that needle to 13 or 14 or 15% in the state of Arizona.
Walked in, we're like, oh my gosh, I mean, they're so much fun, and they're just so embracive, you know, to wanting to help us and support us. So they embraced us immediately, and we couldn't say no. When we wanted to work with them, we wanted to help and support them. And I tell you what, synergy is true. I mean, it's taking two distinct objects, putting them together, and creating synergy, and I think we've got it here.